Have you ever wondered what a blind date is like? Have you ever been curious to try depression or social anxiety? Are you craving an existential crisis? Are you a compulsive liar? Have you ever wanted to date a majestic waterfowl? If you said yes to any of those, or like me, you said yes to all of them, then stay tuned because I have just the game for you. Hello there, my name is Trickey Dickey, and today I want to talk about a little game I found on Steam called Blind Date. I love indie games, and this game is as indie as it gets. The Steam page lists Joshua Wilson as the developer, along with what I assume is his own company, Mentalpop, with his name again as the publisher, so I think I'm safe in saying this is a pretty indie game. Now, if the title is a little confusing for you, I'll break it down. Blind Date is a game simulating a blind date. The entire gameplay is making choices and clicking on dialogue options. It seems simple enough, but this game throws you a curveball pretty quick. It's not your typical dating simulator. I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible because I really think it's worth experiencing for yourself. There are 14 different endings, and the main menu keeps track of how many you've gotten so far. They're all pretty unique, and I'll admit, not a single one of them were anything that I was expecting. Each one caught me off guard in a different way, and they all made me think about life. Whether it makes you think of past experiences, or makes you consider a point of view you've never thought of before, I'm not out of line saying that this game will make you think profoundly. There's a lot of profound conversation about the state of life and mental health and all sorts of different things. There's also a really awesome Easter egg reference that I did not see coming, and if you're into this sort of game, you'll probably get it when you see it. If you're like me and you appreciate good pixel art, this game looks fantastic. Damn, look at those digitally implied curves. No, not her, the goose. The setting is surprisingly detailed, and there are subtle and sometimes not so subtle visual effects that definitely add to the atmosphere in certain endings. It's honestly not very animated, but it makes up for it in general atmosphere. The sound design is phenomenal, and while you technically could play without sound, I really wish they recommended headphones at the beginning because I feel like you need them to have a full experience. The only real complaint I have isn't really a fair complaint, but it builds to a greater point that I want to make, so I'll say it anyway. Once I only had a few endings left to get, the game started to feel a little repetitive. But I think this is only because I played the entire game, all 14 endings, in one sitting. I was originally planning on playing it in parts, but I could not walk away from the game once I saw some of the first endings that I got. Once I saw what the game had to offer, it had me hooked. The endings I got first were so surprising and interesting, and the options that I didn't choose just started to get my mind reeling about what the other endings could be. This is where the endings counter on the main menu really came into play, because there was a point where I wouldn't have known there was more content to get, but looking at the counter, I was like, okay, I haven't got all 14 yet. I have to keep trying. I have to keep looking. I want to know what all the endings are. It really kept me reeled in until I exhausted all my options. So check out Blind Date on Steam. It's currently $6.99, and I think for the experience you're getting, that's a steal. Thank you so much for watching my video on Blind Date. Click subscribe if you enjoy the way I review games. I really like doing it, and I'm probably going to keep doing so when I have time. But while your cursor is still right there, go ahead and click on that bell icon too, because I don't post very often, and YouTube won't recommend my videos to you right away. If you liked the video, click the like button, and if you didn't like the video, you can click the dislike button as long as YouTube keeps it there. But make sure you click it a good 4 times, so I really know you didn't like it. If you want to suggest a review, leave it down in the comments, or let me know what you thought of Blind Date once you played it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.